Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we have a Colourpop video and I'm going to be going over their latest collab collection, which is not a Disney collab. This is a Winx Club collaboration. I am not familiar with this. I think it's a show, but it seems like it's been on for a long time. Like, I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen it because on the back it says 2003 to 2023. So like, I watched a ton of TV as a kid and a teenager, so I'm just really shocked that I never watched this because, I don't know, it seems kind of interesting, but it looks like these are like different fairy cartoon people here. But I know some of you guys were interested. It was about a 50-50 when I did a poll on Instagram, but to be honest, I just really love the colors of this collection, so I wanted to go ahead and share it with you, even though I'm not super familiar with this show. But yeah, it's a really fun collection, very colorful, very cute, so let's get into it. So this is called the Just Like Magic's Pressed Powder Palette. It does have the girls on the front, and then your palette looks like this. It's very cartoony, but it does seem like something Colourpop hasn't really done a whole lot before, like taking up the entire packaging like this with all the girls on it. I don't know, it looks kind of cool, but definitely very young looking, but I mean, that's just the characters as it is. And then the back has like the fun shade names and stuff like that. And then you open it up, you have this image here, and then you have such a fun rainbow pastel palette. This palette does have 15 shades and it does retail for $24. This is so cute. It's actually giving me Natasha Denona pastel palette vibes. Let me know if you guys see it too. I might have to compare the two because maybe this could be a good dupe, but so far the formula seemed really good. So let's go ahead and do some swatches. The first shade in the palette is called Domino. It's more of a sparkly, almost glittery one. Next we have a matte pink called Lymphia. A gorgeous green shimmer. It's a little bit more glittery. This is Nature's Symphony. A yellow called Solaria Matte. We have a Super Shock duochrome shade called Pure Magic. You can kind of see that pinky blue shift. This gorgeous matte pink is Fairy Vibe. A pale orange shimmer called Sunbolt. A lime green with a little tiny bit of glitter in it, but it's mostly a matte. This is Zenith, I believe, or Zenith. This blue shimmer is called Rising Tide. We have a burgundy matte. This is Sounds of Melody. A orange called Dragon Flame. This mint kind of aqua shade is Charmix. We have a matte teal called Andros. And this kind of fun, it's like a duochrome glitter. This is Sonic Bomb. So shimmery. So how beautiful are those swatches? I have to say, I am so impressed with the quality on this palette. Next in the collection, we also have a Glitterly Obsessed glitter gel. I'll go ahead and show you guys this. This is the Enchantix color. This one is a chunky gel. Some of them have different textures. Oh my gosh. I just always love the smell of these because they smell like Bath & Body Works roll-on glitters from the like early 2000s or 90s. I don't even remember when they came out, but this one has a lot of shift to it. It's actually so stunning. You can use these to top right on top of the eyes for an added effect. So they do stick on without using like a glue, but how pretty is that? It is so shiny. It's probably one of the prettier ones I've seen because it has that clear base and then the kind of green, purple, orange, gold, like little confettis in there. It's so beautiful. We also have some little face jewels in the collection. I did not put these on today, just not kind of my thing, but if you want to play with them, they do have them in the collection. And then we also have more of the highlight sticks, which is exciting. I really liked this formula. They did it with the Aurora Struck collection. Let me show you guys these. So the one I'm wearing, this one is Icy. And it literally is just a pure pearly icy color, as you guys could see here. Highlighter is all the rage this year. I feel like highlighter is such a huge trend and it's coming back. All the brands are releasing a new highlighter, it seems. Next shade is Darcy, which looks like it's going to be like a greenish tint. This is very limey green, which we had a similar one in the Aurora Struck collection. And the last shade is called Stormy, which is super purple, you guys. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's fun. Look at that. That would maybe make a fun eyeshadow too. And then lastly in the collection, we have a bunch of new glosses, and these are like kind of fun new packaging, I will say. And these are the ultra glossy lips, but they feel a little bit different to me. These actually have skinnier packaging now. The smell is so good, and I honestly would say these are a dupe for the Buxom lip glosses formula wise. They smell and feel the same on the lips. So these actually do have some pigment depending on the color that you get. I'm gonna kind of blend these out a bit. They're a little bit light, but they offer a ton of shine, and this one actually offers quite a bit of color. So I did put that one on today, and it's like this fun metallic pink. We have a soft lavender shade. This one is Techna. This one is definitely more sheer, but it still has a tiny tint to it, but these are very sparkly. This fun blue is Aisha. This one is definitely lighter too. Very hint of blue, but sometimes blue glosses make your teeth look whiter, which is kind of fun. This light pink is called Bloom. We have this gold called Stella. And the last one is a green, and this one is Flora. Pretty much all the glosses are very sheer, except this top pink one that we use, but you can kind of see here. I turned the brightness down just a smidge so you guys could see the undertones, but yeah, very, very subtle, as usual glosses are. And I think that's everything in the collection. I just threw everything in the box here. Now we're gonna go ahead and try the items out. I'm gonna do this look for you guys using the collection. So let's get into the tutorial. All right guys, let's dive into this fun palette here. I think the first shade that I want to start out with, maybe we'll try out this bright yellow in the crease and see how this is. I know yellows sometimes they're hard to get to show up, so I'm just packing a bunch on this BK Beauty 211 brush, and we'll place this into the crease. So this is definitely showing up, but it is definitely on the light side. I'm just going to try and build that as much as I can there, just kind of dipping in. I'm not really tapping much excess off just because I want the full pigment on my brush. Next, I'm going to dip into this mint green called Charmix, and I'm kind of going to tap that along in this area. It's very pigmented for a pastel, so I'm just tapping instead of blending, just because if I blend it, then it's going to kind of mix too much into the yellow, and it might start turning a weird shade. So I'm just tapping that in. But yeah, what an impressive mint. I'm actually kind of shocked, and it's probably showing up even better because it's kind of pressing against the yellow, so it's just standing out a bit more. Next, I'm going to take this darker, almost turquoise called Andros, and I did switch brushes for this one. I'm using a BK 203, and again, just pressing this into the skin. Not really blending. I want to get as much pigment as I can. I am going to bring those two blues also on my lower lash line. Or should I say greens? I'm not sure why I called them a blue. I guess because it's a turquoise. Okay, on the lid, I want to see what this color will look like. This is called Rising Tide. And I'm going to just kind of place this across. Really nice shimmer. I feel like it has great color payoff. And then I'm also going to take this kind of chrome shade. This is multi-chrome. This is Pure Magic, and it's like those Super Shock melty shadows, and I'm placing this on top. Ooh, that kind of changes it into more of a lighter blue even, but it adds so much sparkle. I feel like this will like change the color of anything you put it on. I love it. I'm going to see if I can press just a tiny bit of that in the inner corner. And then wetting my brush, I'm going to take a little bit of this fun green. This is Nature Symphony. And I'm going to see if I can kind of press that into the middle here of the lower lash line. I always love how people do the fun shimmer on the bottom, but I feel like I am just not good at it. This look is definitely going to need some white eyeliner as well. Let me put the rest of my makeup on and we'll be right back. Okay guys, I am back. Next, we are gonna go in with a highlighter, and Colourpop released more of these light sticks, which I really enjoyed from the Aurora Struck collection. And I'm gonna go with one of the neutral ones, since we did try a more colorful one in the Aurora Struck. This one is such a pretty, just like straight pearl color. For me, I just wipe my brush along the top of the product and press into the skin like this, just to get a more precise application, and I just don't want it to be too over the top shiny. But these really are so beautiful. I love these little highlight sticks. They do make blushes in this packaging too, which I don't really care for those. Those seem to be a little bit patchy, but these are really pretty. So this gives you that gorgeous pearly wet look. I'm just gonna put a little bit all over the face here. And my inner corner, I'm going to brighten that up even more. I am going to line the lips out with my favorite lip liner from Makeup Forever. This is like my lips but better. It is their Anywhere Caffeine. And I just kind of like to blend those lines a little bit, just so they don't stand out too much. And we'll try out this new Ultra Glossy lip here. I chose the pink one just because I feel like this one's a little bit darker, more wearable. It's called, I think, MUSA, Musa. Ooh, actually, that is pretty pigmented. We'll keep it on. I was thinking if I should switch to the blue one, but I think we'll do pink. It's a little bit much for these eyes. The smell of this specific glossy lip and texture reminds me of Buxom a lot. Alright, so here is the look for today. Let me get into my final thoughts on the collection. Alright guys, so here's my thoughts on the Winx Club collection. Not being a Winx Club fan, just a typical makeup lover who has never watched the show, I actually love this palette. 100% would have bought this even though I didn't even know this collab, just because these colors are so good. This is such a good quality palette. I know Colourpop can have its hits and its misses, but this is so good. And even with some of these pastel shades, they did take a little bit of building, which is typical, but I was really impressed with the look we got today. I feel like it was so easy to use. It's always fun to experiment with color using Colourpop shadows because they are easy to use, easy to build up, and then you get a couple fun like glitters and almost duochrome shades in here that really kind of change the look of the different eyeshadows you're using. So I love this one. I think it's amazing. I wanted to compare it to the Natasha pastel palette and see how similar, because I really feel like these are dupes. Wow, you guys, look at that. Those do look so similar. I'm gonna have to insert swatches for you guys as well, but if you guys were looking at an alternative for the Natasha, definitely check this one out. We'll see how they swatch, but in the pan, those are pretty similar, I will say. Just a couple of differences here and there, but the colors match up. Like, I almost feel like they had the pastel palette in mind while they were making this. As far as my other Colourpop palettes go, the ones that seem the most similar to me, I did grab the Muppets palette here, but I do feel like the Winx palette is a little bit more pastel leaning. But I feel like these do have similar tones going on. The Muppets is just a bit brighter. And it looks like the Muppets doesn't have like minty shades or any yellows. And then I also grabbed my Lizzie McGuire palette, which I feel like those have a little bit of a similarity to them. Again, Lizzie doesn't have any yellows or mints in it. I also picked out my It's a Small World just because I feel like these could be replicated as well. I think the main differences here is, again, that yellow is the main difference with all these palettes, is having the yellow in there for sure. The It's a Small World doesn't really have any of the brighter oranges or like the brighter pinks, but all in all, they do have similarities to them, just not exact, but those are probably the most similar. But yeah, I'm impressed with this. I think it is a really nice palette. As far as the glitter gel goes, I usually don't get excited about these. I know I didn't use it in my tutorial today, but I really did think that this one was a little more unique than some of the other ones I've seen, and I really love the shine on these. You guys know I love these highlight sticks, so I would recommend these as well, especially the pearl one we used today if you just want something that is natural and can be worn for daily use. It's nothing crazy. It gives a beautiful shine to the cheeks. These are absolutely stunning. And I also can't wait to play with this one. I really want to try it on the lids. This fun purple is definitely nothing like I've seen before, and I think it fits in the collection well, but the green one is going to be a pass for me. And then with all of these glosses, I almost wish I did not swatch all of these because they do look so similar once you get them swatched, but definitely the standout for me was the hot pink gloss. This one is the Musa shade, and honestly, the texture, if you like buxom lip glosses, this is also a great dupe for the formula, and the smell is spot on. So definitely check these out. It's an amazing lip gloss formula, and these have a lot of fun shine to them, but you definitely don't need all the colors unless you're a super fan. But I mean, try one out and see that these are a really good gloss. Oh, and the little face jewels, those for me are a pass. I just don't really wear those, but such a cute collection. I'm really excited about this one. I think they did a really good job, and a lot of these are very high quality performing makeup items that are on the cheaper side and perform like high end. I love that. I will have the links down below to the products we used today. Again, if you're an Ulta shopper, you can definitely shop the collection on a Sunday. I will have the products tagged through YouTube to Ulta on Sunday if you guys want to come back to the video. If you guys want to support me and use my links, they'll actually be like the shop the products on YouTube that you could just go straight to the Ulta site and purchase it on there. But that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.